Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm here today to do the Unpopular Bookish Opinions tag. Yes, I am wearing a penguin jumper and yes, it is early November, but I'm ready for Christmas and this is like my comfiest jumper, so I don't care. It's getting worn. I'm really excited to do this tag actually. So yes, I'm just going to get straight into the questions. I'm going to be looking at my phone because I have the questions on there. So yeah. The first one is a popular book or series that you didn't like. And for this, I'm going to say Illuminae by J. Christoph and someone else. I will write it down below because I'm crap at remembering things. I was really excited to read this book. I think I only read 100 pages in the end. And I was so excited for it because of it's like a multimedia book and it's told through like emails and space mission logs and all these cool things, and I thought that was going to be a really interesting thing to read it from, but actually it just meant that there was no characterization because you had no real interaction with the characters. It was all through these emails and diary entries and all this stuff, and yeah, I just didn't find it very engaging and didn't connect with any of the characters. And when I got to page like 100, I was like, I just really don't want to read this. So yeah, I stopped. So yeah, not a fan of that. Question number 2, a popular book or series that everyone seems to hate but you love. I don't really think everyone hates this. I couldn't think of any book because I don't have my books here. They're all back home. I couldn't remember what was on my shelf, so I was just trying to remember something. And I think I'm going to go with The Way of the Shadows by Brent Weeks and that trilogy. So Brent Weeks is known for his Black Prism books on BookTube, but I never really hear anyone talk about The Way of the Shadows ones. And whenever I have heard people talk about them, they have been quite negative and said they didn't enjoy them and said they didn't enjoy the abuse in them and all those sorts of things. But I actually really, really enjoyed them, and the first book I thought was one of the most fantastic books, especially fantasy books, that I have read. So I'm going to go with that one. It's about a kid who basically becomes an assassin and trains to be an assassin. And yeah, it's just really good. I really enjoy it. So I would definitely recommend picking that up if you haven't, or if you are a fan of Brent Weeks and haven't read that one. Question number 3, a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you did not want them to end up with, or an OTP that you don't like. I'm going to go with an OTP that I didn't like, and I'm going to pick Harry and Ginny. I feel like a lot of people don't enjoy Harry and Ginny. I don't know what it is. Like, I didn't feel any passion with them. No, like, real drive for them to be together. And it was very much, I accepted it when I was reading it because it just felt like kids who fall in love, and that's fine. Like, loads of people get with people who they're not going to end up with at school, and that's absolutely fine. But after, when they actually got married and ended up staying together, I was like, oh, really? Like, I just didn't see them having the sort of chemistry where they'd stay together for that length of time. I could only really see them being together for like a year or two. So yeah, really not a fan of Harry and Ginny, unfortunately. Question number 4, a popular book genre that you hardly reach for. This is actually a source of incredible annoyance for me because it is a genre that I always want to reach for. It is a genre that I want to write about, and I'm like have an idea for writing a story in, and I'm trying to do that, but I'm struggling with it in terms of like research and incorporating research into the writing of it without overtly like just telling the reader what is going on. And the best thing I could possibly do is read more in that genre to help me with writing in that genre. But I never pick them up, and I don't know why. And it is dystopian books. These are all the dystopian books I have just here in Switzerland with me. I have the Herland trilogy by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, which is one of the most exciting books to me that I want to read so much, that I want to write about academically. I think it sounds amazing, and I've still not read it, which pisses me off. I also have The Power by Naomi Alderman, which won the Bailey's Women's Prize for Fiction, which I'm so excited for. Have I read it? No. Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, one of the most popular books in history of literature. Have I read it? No. The Handmaid's Tale. Have I read it? No. 1984. Have I read it? No. And then I have The Road by Cormac McCarthy that I recently got at the library, but I've not read yet. And it really annoys me. It really bugs me, because I want to read it so much and I enjoy it so much, and it's one of those genres that when I read it I get so engaged with and I enjoy so much. Like Animal Farm I've probably read like 3 or 4 times, and I love it so much because I did Russian history and then I read it and I just I could really see where it was coming from and really enjoyed reading that. And I love dystopian so much and I never pick it up and I don't know why. So I'm definitely going to make dystopian a priority next year. And it's going to be the biggest priority because I want to read it. I want to carry on with the writing that I'm doing and learning how to do that research and incorporating it. And it's very important to me. And I feel like I've gone on a massive digression over this one small question. But it's one of my biggest bugbears at the moment. So yeah, sorry. Question number 5. A popular or beloved character that you do not like. And for this, I'm holding up this book because it's kind of related, and it is the German version of The Hobbit. I don't like Legolas. Just don't. He annoys me. It's like he's trying to make philosophical statements, or those statements where you're like, oh my god, he's so deep and meaningful, but they never are. They're just he's just literally saying normal things, and I don't know if I would hate him as much. I had a friend at university who was obsessed with Legolas, and me and my other friend used to argue with her all the time saying how amazing Aragorn was, and this is so nerdy. She would always say Legolas, and I think this hatred was born because I didn't used to hate him this much. I used to always listen to the audiobook tapes that my dad recorded me because that cute, and I didn't hate him then, but ever since university and ever since hearing how much she loved him, I've just hated him more and more and more and more. So yeah, Legolas, can't stand him. Not bad. So question number 6. A popular author that you can't seem to get into. For this I'm going to choose J.D. Salinger and The Catcher in the Rye. I have tried reading The Catcher in the Rye maybe 3 or 4 times, and I never get past page 20. I haven't tried recently, to be fair, and I haven't tried since finishing my degree, and I did read a hell of a lot of classics and modern classics during my degree. So I feel like I have more of a chance now, and I will be trying again because it is something that I am so interested in reading. But yeah, every time I've just not been grabbed by it. I've just not had that real pull in from the book, which is something that I like to have in books. So yeah, I'd say that one. Question number 7. A popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. Self-haters. I am sick. It's always female characters and they always hate themselves. They have such low self-confidence. They compare themselves constantly to all the people around them. They don't believe that the man or woman that they're going for could be in love with them. And I find this really annoying because I feel like these problems are really common today, and they're so common because number 1, obviously the media tells us all to feel like this, but number 2, because everything we read and watch and consume tells us to feel this way. And I'm getting really pissed off now in books when that's happening, because I actively try to get myself out of mindsets like that, and I don't want to read a book where I'm then put into the mindset of a character who has those beliefs about themselves, because I know that I am trying so hard to not have those thoughts about myself that I don't then want to read a book that's going to put those thoughts in my head, if that makes sense. And I just don't see a need for it, especially with YA fiction and stuff. It's one of the reasons that I don't read as much YA, because I hate it. There's never any characters who are just self-confident and just love themselves, and it's something that really bothers me, and yeah, I just don't enjoy that, so not in for that. Question number 8. A popular series that you have no interest in reading. Anything by V.E. Schwab. I just they just don't interest me. I've never had any pull to read them, and people mention them all the time, and I just, yeah, not really that bothered at all, to be honest. Question number 9. The saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? So for this, I'm going to pick The Revenant by Michael Punk. This book was very just middle of the road, like not very memorable. And one of the things that I found really annoying is the push for revenge that the protagonist had. I just didn't believe in at all. I just didn't think that there was enough like evidence and feeling to go on for him to be on such a revenge spree and to be sort of giving his whole life away to go and finding someone who actually did something that was completely understandable in a hard situation and that most people would have done. Whereas the film adaptation with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy, they added some more information and subplots that made it so much more understandable and made it so much better, and I adored the film. I thought it was absolutely fantastic and so well shot, and the settings are amazing. Like, go watch that film if you've not, because the cinematography is just like, but yeah, the film is definitely better than the book for me. So yes, that was all of my unpopular bookish opinions. Please do not shoot me, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!